Neale, any knocks, niggles, injuries heading into fight night?
Let me just try and think about that. No, the boys that were still out. Morrissey, Bossin, they're the only, obviously Connor Davis, they're the injuries that are reported today. So no new ones after the weekend.
And how far away are Liam and Garrod from coming back?
Garrod's close to be honest. He joined in today, so hopefully we'll see if he's available for Friday. Hopefully he can make it. Liam is going to be another while. Obviously, but he took quite a bad head injury, so we have to go along with the protocols of the right way to treat those things. So he'll be out for another bit anyway.
I suppose after the balls of the Fenn Harps when you were brought back down to work last Friday night, what's the feeling been like since?
Again, we try and you have to put results behind you. If you take the game on its own, then we would have thought we would have been possibly got something out of it, possibly a draw. I thought we had a couple of good chances that we should have scored from, and we didn't. We conceded a goal, which obviously it looked like a good goal to them, but from us it's preventable. So other than that, I thought it was a pretty even game.
Do you feel like you're still improving week on week, or?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that if you look at the second half of Finn Harps and the game last week, where we had a much better shape about us, a much more of a threat going forward, and still loads of improvements to do. I feel we're getting better every week, and I feel that we're getting more of a shape, and the boys are now knowing what's required at this level.
Do you feel more comfortable now playing at home than you would maybe on the road?
I think that last week I felt we were okay. I felt we were pretty comfortable for the first half. Anyway, I can't remember them having too many good chances. We were trying to play a little bit on the counter, but at home it's different. You've got a good crowd. Hopefully, like last week, or 2 weeks ago, the Finn Harps game. So hopefully, you get another good crowd like that, and it's a different ball game at our place.
What are you expecting from Bohemians? Have we seen much of them so far?
Yeah, we've seen them. They're solid. They're hard working, good players. Obviously. Mandrew's probably the standout player, and Twadek's got the player of the month, so he's doing really well from good signing. So a lot of threat, again a young team, but a hard working team and well organised, so definitely be a tough game for us.
Actually, speaking of crowds, are you worried with the coronavirus that games will have to be played behind closed doors are going to be postponed? Or?
Yeah, I think that for this club especially, I think be a bit of a disaster being played behind closed doors and even getting cancelled. Obviously people still have to get paid and everything else, so I'm not sure what would happen there, but hopefully it doesn't come to that.
So we've had no official word from the FAI?
No, we've just had the letter about the handshakes, no handshakes and that. We've had no official word about behind closed doors or it's going to continue or whatever, so we don't know.
Neale, what's the prognosis with Connor Davis? Is it a more serious injury than first thought?
It was an injury where he thought he kept making comebacks where he thought he was all right, and then he'd feel it again. So we've took him out completely now, so that we're going to make sure it's right. So he's literally just again joined in little light sessions yesterday and today. Again, just getting him involved. So hopefully by a couple of weeks' time, we'll integrate him back into full training, and then after that, obviously he's got to get his match fitness. So it probably was more serious than what we thought. He just kept breaking down a bit.
And you played three different guys in the centre forward role in the five games so far.
Yeah.
You've had Fenn and Ray and Dylan. Does it kind of affect the approach? When you have to take into account each player's different kind of qualities in the role. Yeah. Obviously, there's when we play Dylan McGlade up there, he's going to drop off a little bit. There's no point hitting him. When you play Ray on there, he's a bit more of a target. Yeah. Benny's a bit half and half. He wants to play on the shoulder and playing behind. So it obviously changes a little bit, like you say, with that. But I think the boys that have come in have done okay in the games they've been there. Again, with strikers, it's a tough one because you're always judged on the amount of goals you've scored, rather than what you do for the team sometimes. So. Obviously, we're struggling. Something you found frustrating in your own career?
Yeah, not frustrating because I knew what worth I had to the manager and what I had to the team, so it wasn't too bad for me. But I know that I always chipped in with the odd one now and again. But no, you are always judged on that, and that's what you take when you play up front.
And at the other end, then does it have much of a difference when you mark and goal rather than Liam in terms of playing out from the back and I think ability compared to Liam's?
No, I think they're both pretty good at both Noel and Liam are both good at playing out from the back. Obviously, you've got different pitches, different weather conditions, especially like our last few games. So sometimes you might take less of a risk if you're against the wind or the pitch is as bad. And obviously, you've seen the pitch at Turner's Cross, the goalmouth there 2 weeks ago wasn't great.
Yeah.
So you adjust the game accordingly to that. But no, both the keepers are both comfortable playing out. I think so. Not too much of a difference.
But did you see the next one match, I suppose, at home, whatever the way, so they go at home, it's potentially games where you're going to pick up points. Is it going to click in for you?
Yeah, I mean, we had a tough start. We knew that. Yeah.
Easy matches.
Yeah, no, there's no. We said it. No games are easy. Definitely not. But a couple of home matches in there. A couple of games against teams that are around us in the league. And also we're getting better every week. I believe we're getting lads are getting better every week. So I think that it's those are the games that we're thinking we should be picking up points in, definitely.
Talking about the improvements that you can see, steady improvement. That's more in the type of the creativity. They're creating chances, but unfortunately you can't take them.
Yeah, the last
2 misses the other night.
Yeah, we didn't really create a lot in our first game against Shells, but I think our last home game against Fenn we created a good few. And the other night, even though we're away team, we're playing a little bit more on the counter, trying to be a little bit more solid. We still, towards the end, got some half chances, but we need to be creating more. We need to be getting more chances, and hopefully we'll convert.
Just go back to the Corona thing there. Obviously, Italy, the way Italy's gone. Do you think it's inevitable it's going to catch up with us, and that we will have cancellations and maybe playing behind closed doors?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Very detrimental.
Yeah, it'd be a disaster, to be honest. But I'm not sure. I know that obviously Italy's a really hard hit case. They've had a lot of cases over there, whereas we haven't had too many, touch wood, at the moment. So hopefully we can contain it, people can contain it, and it won't get to that. But that would be a worrying time, definitely.
Obviously, the fact that Narragator's we've got all the financial implications for the club would be.
Yeah.
You don't bear thinking about it, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it, to be honest. No, not an ideal scenario for not just us. Every team would be in the same position. So not worth. I'm trying not to think about that.
Neale, I know you have to put a brave face on it, but it must be very frustrating for you and Joe, to see that you've created about 10-11 chances so far to score just one. Obviously it's a huge concern. Are the attackers getting extra practice ahead of the match?
The goals have to come from everywhere. So midfielders and attackers and set pieces. So we need to be better at all of that. So we've been working on it all week, and I think that we'd be more worried. We were more concerned after the first game when we didn't create anything. Whereas now the last few games we're actually creating chances. So we get a little bit of luck, and I'm sure that we'll start getting a few more goals.
Yeah, was Friday kind of another example of what we were talking about last week outside the Rovers and Dundalk? You have the 3 matches you played could have went either way, couldn't that time?
Yeah, I think so. I think that, Pats had a more of the possession the other day, but we were fine with that. We were trying to play a little bit more on the counter, trying to be a little bit more solid. And I felt that apart, especially the first half, we contained them quite well. Unlucky on a couple of little breakaways, but didn't really do too much. In the second half, we had a good few chances. And so did they. So I think probably a draw would have been about right, but it wasn't. We couldn't score, and we conceded one. So yeah, like you say, the game against Fenn, they'd feel they were unlucky probably at times that they didn't win it. So those 3 games have been pretty even, and the other 2 we've been well beaten.
Just expect balls to be a bit tougher than Pats and Shells, for example. Are they a step up?
I think they'll be tougher in a different way. They'll be more solid than Pats. I would think they'll be trying to play a little bit less. I think Pats try and play a little bit more. I think Bows would be more solid and harder to break down, but also very good in attacking areas with the wide players and the strikers they've got and the 10 they've got.
Yeah, you know a bit about them, obviously. So what would be the key areas for you? Do you think maybe for you to come on the top on Friday?
I think that we have to be able to defend well against them. Certainly, they're good going forward when they break away. Yeah, so we need to be good, and we were good against Pats. We had a good shape about us. So we just need another improvement on that, and then turn a couple of the chances into goals.
Neale, the fans obviously played a huge part in the result against Finn. So what would your message to them be ahead of the game tomorrow night, and how important is their support at the moment?
Yeah, it was going in at half time against Harps was was almost like we were winning the game, or it was an unreal atmosphere just going in at half time, and that really got the boys going for the second half. And we came out in the second half and gave it a good go and got a goal and should have scored more probably in the second half. So yeah, we're a massive factor when you've got the cross rocking and everyone supporting the boys.
Should you be asking for more of the same again tomorrow night?
Yeah, get out there and come and support us on Friday if you can.